All right. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another video. So, in today's episode, I just want to share how my trading week went, the losses and the wins I took. So, I'll be showing you how the week started, the pairs we had on the list. It's currently the end of the week. So, let me show you. So, this Saturday, I hope it's clear enough. Saturday, 4:22 p.m. So, I just want to share how the trading week went. Let me show you the pairs I had beginning of the week on my Telegram group. Excuse me. So this is the Telegram group. Feel free to join on it. The link will be in the description. So this was the first trade idea I had on GBP USD. As you can see, price was creating bearish structure. We had a high, we had a low, we had a lower high, we had a lower low, we had a lower high, we had a lower low. So the normal expectation is for price to come back to the lower high to continue the lower low. That's the expectation. And we had this clean break and retest zone right here. That was the initial trade idea for GBP USD, and as you can see it here, I've not yet changed it. We had the high, we had the low, we had the lower high, we had the lower low. So the expectation was for this lower high to continue the lower low. So when the market opened, I entered after this bearish engulfing candle. You can call it a morning star, it's a bearish engulfing. It's the same. Excuse me, sorry. You can call it a bearish engulfing candle. I entered, put my stop loss above the break and retest zone. Sorry. Put my stop loss above the break and retest zone. Then I entered the trade. This was where I was meant to take profit, like a 1 to 2.5, something like that. So as you can see, the trade eventually hit stop loss because we were experiencing like price was reversing. So after price impulsively broke through this, sorry, excuse me. After price impulsively broke through this break and retest zone, all I expected was for price to come back to this retest zone for us to go long. Then let me also show you where I shared it on the Telegram group. I shared it on the watch list updates as you can see right here. After this trade idea hit stop loss, we're expecting price to pull back into this area of support, area of resistance, which is going to serve as support to continue the long. But unfortunately, price did not make it there. So that was the first loss we took for the week on GBP USD. And as you can see now, price has hit my take profit zone without letting me into the trade, which is fine. I'm trying to follow certain rules here in order to get consistent. So that was the first trade idea on for the week on GBP USD. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. So the second pair this week was Euro USD, which was almost the same thing as GBP USD. We're expecting experiencing bearish structure, high, low, lower high, lower low. So the expectation is for this lower high to continue the lower low. So obviously GBP USD and Euro USD have a very high level of correlation. So let me show you that pair right now. So yeah, Euro USD. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, we're experiencing bearish price action, which was the high. Let's mark it out together. As you can see, we're experiencing bearish price action, which was the high, this was the low, this was the lower high, this was the lower low, this was the lower high, this was the lower low. So we're expecting this lower high to continue this formation, this lower low, from this area of break and retest, which is support expected to turn resistance. But as you can see, I already took it on GBP USD. I didn't want to take the same trade on Euro USD because they are basically the same, just little differences. They have high level of correlation. So if I took this trade on GBP USD, I mean on Euro USD and GBP USD, I'd have also taken a loss here, which would have is like a double-edged sword. you can take the trade and it will be a winning. If you are right on your trade idea, you get two winning trade. But in this situation where we were wrong, we would have taken two losses. So I did not take the trade. So what was expected to happen after price failed this resistance zone and impulsively broke through it? So we're expecting this is a higher high because this high is higher than this high. So we're expecting price to simply pull back into the support zone, which it came very close to continue the bullish trade idea. But as you can see once more, price didn't quite tap into my POI. I had an alert right here. So price didn't tap in and it left without us. So let me check if I was able to update the group on Euro USD. Yeah, as you can see, this is the trade idea right here. As you can see, the same thing I just explained to you. Price broke through. We're expecting a simple retest of this zone to take price to this other zone, which is basically very simple price action in my opinion. So as you can see, price has gotten there now without us, which is also fine. It happens like that. I'm trying to obey some rules in order to get consistent. So the next pair on our watch list was Australia AUD USD. So let me go and show you what I had beginning of the week. Oh, okay, hold on, just a moment. As you can see for AUD USD, I said price was either going to break through here, give us a retest and go down, or break above, give us a retest and go down. That was the initial trade idea for AUD USD. So let me show you how AUD USD played out. So this was this I already cleaned it, but just this was the resistance zone here. I was expecting to break. As you can see, we had a clean break retest. I could have taken these sales, but I wasn't convinced with the price action because it seems price found support here, which at the end of the day I was not wrong. So what we're expecting is that price to give us clean price action. So AED USD didn't really do much, which also has high correlation with GBP USD and Euro USD. So that was for AED USD. The next pair on our watch list for the week was GBP NZD. As you can see, I still have this pair on my watch list. I'm favoring the upside. Just a moment. There you go. So let me show you what I had at the beginning of the week on GBP NZD. So as you can see on GBP NZD, I was expecting either one of the two to break. Either it breaks below here, give us a retest to continue, or it breaks above, give us a retest to continue. So let me show you what GBP NZD looks like right now. As you can see on GBP NZD, nothing happened. So I'm still this trade idea is still valid because we're in this channel that I think is going to break to the upside very soon. So the moment this market breaks above here and gives us the retest, I'll be interested in this pair. Until then, we'll move to the next pair. Sorry, just a moment. Yeah. So let's see what else. What was the next pair for the week? AUD JPY. So let me show you the trade idea I had on AUD JPY earlier this week. Just a moment. Just a moment. So as you can see on AUD JPY on the 4 hour time frame, we're having this type of price action that looked like price was going to break above. So expecting price to break, give us this retest to continue to the upside. We had the head and shoulder pattern playing the neckline break retest. That was the initial trade idea. Well, as you can see how the trade played out. Let me show you how the trade played out. Sorry. So this was it here. We're somewhere here initially. So we're expecting price to break above. This was the head and shoulders pattern I was talking of. Left, head, right shoulder. So expecting price to break above, retest, and continue to the upside. As you can see, that unfortunately did not happen. Not unfortunately, our trade idea was not correct. So yeah, price absolutely dumped, found momentum to the downside. So the update I then had on AUD USD was this. So I said, sorry, it's AUD JPY I'm trying to say. So the update was this price. You can see price was in this range for a long time, broke below the range of the daily time frame. So I was expecting a pullback into this support zone. As you can see, my strategy is quite simple. I'll consider it simple because we're trading support and resistance along with market structure. So yeah, let me show you how AUD JPY is currently looking now. So as you can see, let's go 24 hours, which is the daily time frame, the same thing. So as you can see what AUD USD is looking like. Price unfortunately did not make it up there. As you can see, I even still have my alerts active. Price didn't make it all the way there. So we'll see how it plays for the next week. I'll send a trade idea on the next video now. USD CHF. Let me show you the initial plan for USD CHF. Okay, USD CHF wasn't initially on our watch list. I added it later. So the trade idea for USD CHF, simple, high, low, lower high. We're expecting this lower low to form this lower high. Simple price action, support and resistance. So that did not happen, or it's currently happening. It has not finished playing out. Let's go back to the chart and see. So on USD CHF, let me show you. USD CHF on the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, I actually did not take this trade, but it was part of the trade idea. I didn't want price to come into this support zone and find support. So as you can see on USD JPY, we had simple price action: high, low, lower high. This lower high is expected to form a lower low. So after the lower high forms a lower low, I will now take it on the retest to continue to the downside because this support zone was a very valid one. So there was a possibility that price could have found support right here, broken above, retested, and continued to the upside. That's honestly the main reason why I didn't enter this trade. Like so. Yeah, this was a possibility at the time. So it seems price is respecting our analysis. As you can see, I've not even touched it. So just expect it. If it clears this zone properly, we expect a retest to continue the bearish move. Let me show you the trade idea one more time. You can see it's basically the same thing. Break, retest, continue to the downside. Yes. So that's how USD CHF played for the week. What else did we have on our watch list? NZD CHF. NZD CHF is almost playing out, but not quite yet. Let me show you what I had at the beginning of the week. So as you can see for NZD CHF, we're expecting price to give us this retest, break this place and clear the zone properly because price could find resistance there and continue to the downside. So that's why I could have taken this long, but I wanted it to clear this zone. Let me break it down for you on the chart. Yeah, so in the chart right here, as you can see, this zone, a simple price action. This is a higher high, this is a higher low. So what I'm saying is that the last this is the first time price was at this zone, it fell. The second time price came here, found resistance. Third time price came here, found resistance. So there's a high probability that price could come here one more time and find resistance, break to the downside, give us a retest to continue the bearish move. That's why I didn't take this buy initially. So what I wanted to happen is that price should clear this resistance zone properly. So the moment price clears it properly, yeah, then you can enter on the retest to continue price to the upside. That's NZD CHF. What other pair did we have on here? Well, we had quite a long watch list beginning of this week. So as for CAD CHF, right? The initial plan was to go long on this pair from simple market structure. So as you can see, price was giving us high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So the expectation is to go long from this higher low to give us this higher high. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Price switched bearish. So after price switched bearish, right? Price now gave us this lower low. So I'm expecting this lower high to continue this lower low. And as you can see, my alert is still active on the zone. Price didn't make it to the zone before selling. And I don't like breaking my rules due to I think I've overcome fear of missing out. I always wait for the trade to come to me. If the trade doesn't come to me, I'm not taking any action. So as you can see here, price didn't quite make it to our POI. So if price comes to the POI, I could still enter for sales. But until then, we're not taking any action. We had quite a long watch list this week. Then NZD USD was the last pair. As you can see on NZD USD, we're expecting simple higher high, higher low, higher high. I did not take this long because this resistance zone price let me explain it on the chart properly. As you can see, this trade idea was valid to buy, but I didn't want to buy into resistance. It's not safe because let me show you what happened the last time price was here. We had a higher high, we had a higher low, we had a higher high, we had a higher low, then we had a higher high. So what could happen is that price could find resistance here, then continue with the retest. So I didn't want to buy because it's exactly the same thing that happened here. Let me show you. This is almost the same exact thing that happened here. It's just different range. Price gave us this higher high, higher low, higher high into resistance. So if you bought into this resistance, if you didn't close early, you would have gotten clapped. So I was not trying to buy into resistance. I wanted price to properly clear this zone, which it has not yet done. All these candles are not showing conviction. Like I want clear, sorry, what am I saying? I want price to properly break through this zone, give us a retest, then continue the longs. So that trade idea is still valid. And with the way price is looking right now, just a moment, price could still find resistance here because you can see the buyers are losing steam in this market. The candles are getting smaller and they are not quite like they are not convicted that the buyers are in control. So what could still happen? Why I initially didn't buy it? Price could easily do this. There's this clean resistance zone here to continue the market to the downside. So yeah, this could still happen, but I'm favoring the upside for this trade. Or I'm not just going to blindly say because we're favoring the upside, this is not a possibility. This is clearly a possibility. So if price doesn't clear this zone properly, this is what could happen. Just the same way it happened here. That's happened like that before. We had this higher high. We could have entered off this higher look to continue the higher high. But price on we bought into resistance. So if you didn't clear this zone, price could change direction, retest, and continue to the downside. If you look at it in this, it's almost the same exact thing that could happen. Let me delete this. This same exact price action could happen. So yeah, you have to be mindful of those little things. I think that's all for the week. Okay, USD JPY. We had this break retest. Price didn't quite make it to my POI the way I like it. So yeah, I did take the trade. But sorry, if price comes back like so, could easily still take these sales. Yeah. So that's basically all for the week. That's how my week went. I took two losses this week. Not because my analysis was poor. Price, like the market was just reversing. So there was no clear direction for the week. So if you made it to this, sorry, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. If you took any value from the video, drop a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Then the link to the Telegram group where I post all these trade ideas for free will be in the description of the video. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this episode. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.